Should I tell my dad that I found out he might not be my biological father? I found out by accident when I was helping my mom clean out old storage boxes and one folders, lipped out containing a DNA test with my name on it and another man's name listed as my biological father, and in that moment my entire life felt like it stopped. I grew up in a quiet neighborhood in Ohio with what I believed was a normal family. My dad worked as a mechanic, my mom worked part-time at a pharmacy, and I was an only child, or at least that's what I always believed. My dad was my hero. He taught me how to ride a bike, Camito, every school event, and never missed a birthday, so seeing that document felt impossible. I wanted to believe it was a mistake, but the more I looked, the more real it became. The folder was hidden deep inside a locked drawer that my mom quickly snatched away from me when she realized I's a wit, and she told me eat was nothing and I should forget it, but her face said otherwise. Over the next few days, I started noticing strange things like how my parents avoided talking about my early childhood and how my mom got unusually defensive whenever I asked simple questions. About my birth records, I couldn't sleep, I couldn't eat, and I started secretly searching through old documents whenever I had the chance. Then I found hospital papers showing a different father's name listed as the emergency contact at my birth, and my hands started shaking so badly, I dropped the paper. I confronted my mom first, and she broke down crying, saying she was scared this truth would destroy the family she built, but she refused to give me full answers. So I went digging deeper, and eventually I found an old envelope hidden behind a stack of tax files addressed to a Manamed David that I had never heard of. Inside were letters between him and my mom from before I was born, and one line in particular made my stomach drop when she wrote, "I don't know if I can keep this secret from my husband forever, but I don't want my son to grow up without a father figure." The worst part was learning that David lived less than an hour away the entire time and had tried to reach out multiple times over the years, but my mom blocked every attempt without telling my dad or me. I finally confronted my mom again, and this time she admitted everything. My biological Afterwards, David and man stated briefly before meeting my dad, and she claimed she chose to stay silent because she was afraid of losing the stability my dad provided and afraid of breaking his heart. I felt betrayed, but still had not told my dad anything because I was terrified of destroying the man who raised me. Then one night, my dad came home early and found me holding the envelope in my room, and I couldn't fight it anymore. It showed him everything, and for a long time he just sat there completely silent before he said he had always suspected something was off. Oz and my blood type never matched his expectations, but he chose to love me anyway and never questioned it out loud. Then came the biggest shock when my dad asked to meet David himself, and my mom finally had to arrange it, and the day they met, I realized none of us were prepared for what would happen, because David didn't come alone. He brought medical records, proving he had been trying for years to legally confirm paternity, but my mom kept blocking every request through lawyers. And that was when everything collapsed. The truth, the lies, and the years of silence all came crashing down, and I was left standing in the middle of three people who loved me in different broken ways, and now I still don't know if I should have ever opened that folder, or if some secrets are better left buried.